Hello, bonjour. Welcome to the Lower Parkstone Broadcasting Corporation. Live from my garden, actually. It's not a bad day. Cat's here, of course. Why wouldn't she be? Um, Interestingly, talking about that, I had a message on Twitter from Liz. You've heard me talk about Liz before, Liz and Clara. And Liz was saying that for some reason she watches the vlog and it had the subtitles up. So yesterday it said, I think it's because it kind of updates the subtitles in real time. It assumed that I'd had the Cobra jab, and that it was the Pakistan Broadcasting Corporation. So I'm going to have to watch some vlogs with subtitles. Not that I normally watch them back anyway, but I will watch some with some subtitles on. So yeah, I didn't mean to say yesterday actually. I said I'd had my jab. I had a few chills last evening. That's not uncommon with it, but it's well worth it, believe me. But I feel absolutely fine and dandy now. I will say that the surgery that I use, which is not my GP surgery, but it's one within the group, that it was carried out with military precision. It was absolutely superbly organised, so well done to them. And I've had a couple of people said, how come you've had your jab, including my neighbours actually. You're only 52, how come you? Which is actually a really valid question. I'll tell you why it's a valid question in a bit. The answer is that when I was younger I had quite a serious illness. I had to have quite a lot of chemotherapy. Technically it left me immunosuppressed, which is why I'm classed as being in the slightly more vulnerable group, although it's never really affected me and I've never had more infections than anybody else I've known. But there you go. Why is it a valid question? It's a perfectly valid question. For those of you that have been following recently, a story that absolutely encapsulates the essence of the problems that we have in society. The brilliant Jo Wiley from Radio Box has a gorgeous sister called Frances. Frances has learning difficulties and a host of other problems, and she's quite poorly in hospital at the moment with COVID. And Jo Wiley has been sort of highlighting the issues in real time, and she hasn't been using her platform to pontificate or stand on a soapbox. She's used it to highlight the absolute inequalities in with vulnerable people with learning difficulties, people with other difficulties, and without realising it, I think she's done more to highlight these issues than pretty much anything else, if I'm honest. Now, as I say, Liz did message me about the subtitles. Liz is a terrier as well when it comes to the rights of people who can't necessarily speak up for themselves. And it occurred to me that actually I probably haven't highlighted that enough in my vlogs, because another person who absolutely hates inequality is Bev, our safeguarding lady, and Julia as well, to be honest. But Bev, once she gets hold of something, is a terrier. I wouldn't want to be in a wrestling ring with her. In fact, I think we'll have to get Bev and Liz in a celebrity wrestling match at the end of all of this lockdown. They both absolutely hate inequality, and so for me, I want to say that actually will be your voice if you've got any concerns. Now, when I say we, I do particularly mean Bev, but I will help where I can, because Bev is, as I say, is an absolute animal when it comes to fighting for equal rights, and she loathes inequality. So if you do have any issues, then let one of us know. And if you think you've been unfairly treated, then as always, and we always have done this, we will try and deal with it. It's nothing new. We've always done this anyway, but sometimes it's worth really emphasising the point. So So with Jo Wiley, obviously her sister's very poorly still, but hopefully she'll pull through. I know she rallied yesterday, and if indeed everything goes okay, then I will be writing to her sister personally after the after she's comes out of hospital and what have you. I just think it's one of those stories that has just such a massive impact, particularly on me, but on a lot of us as well. And so yeah, so a bit of a sounded like a miserable vlog today. It's not. It's a vlog that says we know that there are disgraceful inequalities in both treatment and life chances for people who are more vulnerable. And as I say, certainly for me, I probably haven't done enough to highlight that. And so better late than never. But anyway, so I'll cheer you up in a bit with a couple of hilarious gags. Isn't that right, Tots? We got a joke? Yeah. She wants a joke. Speak to you in a bit. I'm back in the chair of jokes. Interestingly, and coincidentally, and possibly spookily, since I did the vlog outside, I've actually looked on BBC News, and there is an update today from Jo Wiley. There's a short video, a minute and a half, on BBC News on the website, so do have a look. And the I did leave out a salient point earlier to say that why it highlighted the inequalities was because Jo, who has less, I don't know her full medical history, clearly that would be a bit stalkerish, wouldn't it? And I've actually been through her bins. There's nothing of any note in there, but she was offered a COVID jab when before her sister was, and that kind of highlighted the inequalities, and that's why I've had a discussion today about how and why I've come to have a jab as well, because it's all kind of dovetails in together. So yeah, do take a look at it on the BBC News website. I think I think you can't fail to be touched by the story and the real anguish that the family are going through. Anyway, on to slightly lighter notes. So I was out shopping earlier. I wasn't at Screwfix, I was at Wickes. And no, I wasn't, I was at Selco. And anyway, a clown opened the door for me, and I thought, oh, that's a nice gesture. That's a nice gesture. It's a jester. It's a clown as well. Sort of. Well, it was in medieval times. Yeah, so that was all very nice. And then I had a little bit of a dent on my van, so I was looking for ideas on where to take it, and there was one particular place that came highly recommended. Recommended. WRECK hyphen A hyphen MENDD. Recommended. Very good. There you go, you see. Just a clever play on words. Anyway, that's enough waffle from me today. Be safe.